All right, the next video that I want to watch is this one from Isyander and Koda. I watched one of their videos before and I thought that they were quite fun. But someone in Discord recommended this one about the leagues of Votann. I don't know. We'll hear them say it, I suppose. I think it was from about a year ago, so like decently new.
What?
Every time you start with that laugh, I get scared.
The episode may start with that laugh.
There we go.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind it. Because if that laugh starts and then it goes into the line, which is people under 5'2" continue to catch strays. Because today we're going to be talking about none other than the leagues of Votann.
Oh.
I'm a dwarf and I'm digging.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Diggy, diggy hole.
I'm Isyander.
I'm Koda.
And that was a joke,
Isyander.
by the way. You're all fantastic, despite the great moral failing of being beneath 6 foot. You can't help it. It is what it is.
It's okay, short kings and queens. We still love you.
The fixation on height has never not amused me.
It's hilarious.
Are they both over 6 feet? That's highness. That's just rude.
And it's prevalent in 40k too, because these guys are either the most and the least requested at the same time. They had the most votes. Every vote against something was the Space Dwarves. Pretty much. They just had so many votes everywhere else that it overwhelmed them. It also is because they're the newest thing. They're the shiny new thing. You guys do get to decide what these episodes, the order they come out in, or if they come out in at all. There are only 2 choices left. It's the Abhumans and the Rogue Traders, who have a game coming out next week, I think. So those are
next week?
I think. I'm not sure. Streets are saying, apparently. Streets are saying. So you sound off in the comments. It is all up to you. As always, we are on a mission. As a Legion, we kind of move as one. So the next goal is going to be 250k. So if you want to help us hit that, just make sure you hit that big button and then the real subscribe button to the right of it, because that's how the system works. The machine god's a scary thing. We also have a Patreon where you can get twice as many episodes of what you already love, as well as priority voting, access to the Discord, and a bunch of other perks, while helping us keep all these various lights on. So thank you to all of those signing on as I speak, and thank you for those of you who've been there. Some of you have been there from the beginning. And now, let's get back to today's faction, who is the first to have a hard time passing G-dubs. You must be this tall to get lore sign.
Oh.
You think I'm joking? The Emperor's huge. He's got entire volumes dedicated to him.
Does lore scale with height in 40k?
Oh my god.
The Emperor, his sons, the Orcs. So even the Eldar are fairly tall.
Do the writers at GW have a complex?
They're basically saying if you're below 6'8", you're not worth anything. If you're a guy and you're below 6'8", hit the bricks.
Don't
you
listen to
don't
them.
matter.
Don't listen to them. We still love you here.
Oh my god.
And they are, like I mentioned, the newest kind of, because they did exist in 40k way back when it was more tongue-in-cheek and very, very silly. 40k used to be really weird, and I kind of like how weird it used to be.
Wait, it used to be silly? How did 40k used to be silly? This shit seems like it's always been grim, dark, depression, and that's it. It used to be silly? It's still pretty silly. I feel like I need to understand how it's silly.
Back then, when they first came out, they were quite literally just fantasy dwarves in space. That was it. We had the space elves, the space orcs, space humans, space dwarves. Yeah, it was just fantasy in space, and it was silly, and it was all very brightly colored, and it was a bunch of short, squat, stout men on bikes, for God's sake. It was the most ridiculous looking thing you'll see, but it's endearing in that way, you know? It's just like...
Right.
On bikes, you say?
Yeah, it was like a biker gang.
I love that.
Yeah, no, it's a very specific aesthetic.
All I can think of is a Torbjorn from Overwatch in that weird biker skin with the like huge Harleys with the, what do they call them? Ape hanger handlebar. Yeah.
It's funny though he says that, because that's literally the mental image I had. And I haven't even played Overwatch in like 5 years or something. That's so funny. Sim, I don't know if you've watched any of Isyander and Koda, but I think they're quite funny. They've got good banter. I like them a lot. 40k used to be a game called Rogue Trader, and back then they were throwing every idea at the board. Hi I look? Yeah, I've been learning Warhammer lore for a while now. It's very fun. It's such a crazy deep story. I feel like I could watch videos like twice a week for years and still not know everything. Yeah. Leagues of Votann. Is it Votann or Votann? So exciting because there have been so many hints that suggest the leagues are actually the men of stone. Oh? I like the idea that the Ironkin. The leagues have robots. Oh, so much. Second one, Votann. It is Votann. Okay. Alright. Older fans don't like the new Grimmest Darkest setting because it's not as silly as it used to be. That makes sense.
You know,
where they're just like 2 feet in the air.
When you're finding art for this, you will see that. That's basically what they used to be. And if you don't believe how much of a gag they were, their scientific name in canon was Homo sapiens rotundus.
Oh.
I love old GW. They were weird. They were also fairly popular even back then.
Oh,
However,
okay.
they can get axed really aggressively.
That's unfortunate.
And that's because of this, you know when something wants to grow up, and so there's this very edgy phase where it takes itself way too seriously?
Evil Superman.
Right.
We're getting to that. It's a vicious cycle you see all the time with, you know, like every Disney star ever wants to leave Disney, and so they do the hardest pivot you've ever seen the second they're done. Like the whole good girl gone bad routine. And some make it. A lot don't. That Disney schedule is brutal.
So this video should have started with, what do space dwarves, evil Superman, and Miley Cyrus have in common?
Oh.
Pretty much. It's a phase in every. It's a phase in every human life. I mean, even we do it, right?
It's not a phase,
and,
Dad. It's not a
ends when you finally
phase.
zen out, and you realize being an adult isn't burning everything that makes you feel like a child, but it's just being a reliable, responsible person who does the best they can every day. That's really it.
True.
I don't care what you do for your spare time. As long as you're those 3 things as an adult, you're functional. That's really all it takes. Because if you try and ignore and stuff away that very cringy kid who ran around in an N7 hoodie all through middle school and freshman year of high school, you would not get the very cogent and artistic and fun human being we have today.
Dude, that's so true. Oh my god. Side tangent about that, but if you guys ever, like, I want to know what your equivalent of that was. Of like, oh, I'm an adult now. I have to grow up and I can't be this person and like this stuff anymore. Because for me, that was when I went into college and I was like, I'm an adult now. I need to grow up. I can't watch anime anymore. Like, I need to not be so nerdy. And I like tried to like shun all of the things from my childhood that I liked. And then like 5 years later when I was living in Japan, I was like, wait, why the fuck did I stop watching anime again? I don't remember why. Like, look, it's like on an ad here. Like, this is a normal thing people can enjoy watching. And then I moved back to the US and I watched a shit ton of anime. And I was like, why the fuck did I stop? Why did I stop that? Like, why did I let that go? Like, why did I stop collecting cute things and plushies? Who the fuck cares if I'm an adult? If they're cute and they make me happy, like, that's all that matters. I agree. People should like the things that they like. And that should be it. It doesn't matter, like, who the intended audience was. I think as long as you're, like, enjoying it respectfully, like, you know, time is short. Time is so short, guys. Speaking of time being short, I want you guys, I'm tasking you with something before I press play on this video. I'm tasking you to call someone today that you've been meaning to talk to. A grandma, a grandpa, a parent, someone close to you that you've been meaning to call and you've been putting off. I task you with that today. Because life is short and you might think, oh, I'll do it tomorrow or oh, I'll do it next weekend. But like, when the time is done, you're going to look back and regret not calling them more often. So I task you with making that phone call today. Anyway.
That was a phase.
That hoodie's still packed away somewhere in
I was gonna say, do you still have it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, they've been like childhood friends? That's so cute, actually.
Yeah, well, we might have to bring that back someday. But it's not just people who do this. Companies do it too. Comics did it in the 90s. It's where we got, have you seen that version of Batman where he's wearing a skin tight suit and like 10 utility belts and he's got these massive shoulder pauldrons that are spiked too?
No.
Have you seen that variant? That's when that came out. Yep. And every new hero had to have the superpower of Glock and kitchen knife.
Lamau.
The 90s.
He's so edgy though.
With heroes that had names that were like Blade, War, Bloodsport, and Carnage, for God's sake.
Shadow.
And they weren't, it's not like, oh, dude, my favorite is Shadow holding a real gun.
My favorite,
I think it's like an MP5.
My favorite thing is Shadow. No, I think.
Or was it a shotgun?
No, it wasn't a shotgun. But I can understand how you got to that conclusion. I think it is either an MP5 or an HK something because he.
Oh my God!
It's an MP5 because he cocks it, and I remember that pisses me off. Mm-hmm. I swear that. Yeah.
No, because he puts the banana mag in and then.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, wow. Yeah. No.
Why? Why did you cock an MP5?
It was a weird era. It was a lot. Everything was really in that angsty phase.
Yeah, that's true.
During that time, Superman could no longer save the day. He could no longer do any of that with a smile on his face. He had to be a dark and twisted individual who only pretends to be good and drinks mother's milk, I guess?
Lamau?
Because Homelander's a riot. Yeah.
Ick.
And to this day, DC movies are still going through that because I will sooner lose my arm than they realize you can light a scene with a man who wears red, blue, and yellow and it'll look fine. Like, heaven forbid he crack a smile. And Henry Cavill can smile.
This is funny to me because I don't even watch movies, but I still know the references.
We've seen it.
I really hate the new Man of Steel and Justice Leagues because they just trash the characters. Absolutely. Especially since
make them so miserable.
They took the most creative way you could do an evil Superman, where it's just like he's not evil, but he may like get about like beating the criminals up in a sketchy manner, and everybody nowadays has cell phones running around, but they don't do that. They don't do that. They use we got Superman on a cell phone video once, and it's not for. Now just
they've
make
lost
him evil
me
because like he got revived. I don't know.
Now they've lost me. Now they've gone too far into the movies. I don't watch movies. They've lost me now.
And he's only evil for half a second till he sees the sun and the curvature of the earth, and he's like, maybe I shouldn't, bash it all up. It's like I hate the DCCU. It makes me unhappy.
They have very good characters that I just can't seem to translate onto screen, and I don't know what the issue is.
I know DC has
because they have good directors. They have fantastic casting. I can't like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, Henry Cavill as Superman. It makes sense.
The one thing that I can think of is these movies are written by a boardroom instead of writers. And so like all of these board members are like
designed by committee kind of a situation.
Designed by committee kind of a situation where it's a committee of like fat cats who are just like whipping the writers. No, it needs this to be a good movie. No, it needs this to be a good movie. Come on, writer, write.
No, you must understand, Superman's movie needed the giant beam in the sky that was prevalent in every hero movie back in the day. Regardless.
I hate designed by committee things.
Regardless, my grievance is about me never getting my favorite character done well in anything outside of animation. Aside, 40k does this too, even though they're bathing in edge. Yes, even they had a serious phase. And during that time, they basically fired they cut the entire silly department and left it to the orcs. And in that's how we lost the dwarves.
That's how we lost the dwarves. Because didn't allow them to be silly?
Yeah. Because things were getting grimmer and darker, and there's no room for a weird biker gang floating around in space. Like, come on. It sticks out like a sore thumb.
Just again, I come back to this. Do what Deep Rock Galactic did. Make them like a weird corporation.
This was the 90s. Like I said, this was that. Well, yeah, it was the 90s. Yeah, I think. Regardless, it's not that they didn't sell well, because people from GW have come out and said that. It's just that they felt like they could make everything its own thing while making it edgier. Because that's what it's the Grimdark. It's edgy.
It's got to be edgy.
It's so edgy, and that's on purpose. That's the fun of it. And they could make 40k's humans different from fantasy's humans by bathing them in that darkness and stuff. But nobody at the time, at least according to the sources I could find a way to do that well for the space dwarves. So it left them as just a caricature where they had like the Book of Grudges, and it's just like they weren't a real thing. It was just like a Mickey Mouse suit, basically. It was just it was a.
So they felt like they couldn't make them edgy enough, and they said, yeah, never mind, we're not going to have this. Aw, that's silly.
Greatest hits of everything dwarves do, let's keep it pushing. They didn't feel distinct in their own way, and nobody really had the fuel to make them that way.
These are dwarves. Say hi to your dwarves. Okay, the dwarves are going to go do their thing. Let me tell you about some guys painted in blue.
Yeah, pretty much. This is a great time. And they didn't, because it's 40k, you can't just... What dwarves? They never existed. So they made them bump into the Tyranids, where they lost 90% of their survivors.
I see.
Yeah.
They committed them to death by Tyranid.
I'll be honest, if I was a G-Dub writer and I needed something to go away, throwing the Tyranids at it is such a good consistent
the Tyranids or the orcs, maybe.
Yeah, makes sense, I guess.
So
but still,
they were eaten with zero problems, and after that, they were also kind of hard black bagged there for a little bit too. Like they reissued books, and they were books that had them in them, and they were nowhere to be seen. Yeah, so they got memory hold for a few moments there.
That's real unfortunate.
But not always. There've been rumors. It was a meme for a while that they'll be canon again, and recently, last year, they are canon again.
They're canon again?
Yes.
We now have our space dwarves.
Because
space dwarves back.
Yeah, and they're now called the Leagues of Votann because trademarks. It's the truth. Like, I mean, you do the best you can with them, but that's the real reason.
Also, I can imagine GW is just like, well, okay, the Hobbit movie just came out a couple years ago. We can't have our dwarves being associated with their dwarves.
Well,
our dwarves are different.
Well, part of it, again, they were never unpopular, and even when they were gone, there were always people who remembered them and talked about them all the time. So GW was kind of leaving money on the table because there were people who wanted them.
There's one of the space dwarves.
No shortage of people who want space dwarves. So GW was just kind of like it was there in a pile waiting. They just had to make models, so they did. I mean, come on, there's only so long you can ignore it, and they actually did a good job of bringing them back, balancing all the things they had to do, because it is kind of hard once you write something out to put it back in without breaking everything all at once. Like, come on. You're telling me a major faction has been here for the last 10,000 years and nobody noticed?
They were hanging out under mountains.
Close.
They called it a mine.
They tend to... The reason they call it the Leagues of Votann is because it's a league of dwarves, basically, around these things called Votann. And they are the most terrifying things in 40k, kind of, because it's this massive AI core that has knowledge on science, engineering, military theory, strategy, philosophy, anything you need to know, you can ask a Votann and it will tell you.
It's like ChatGPT,
but it will tell you these things.
Wait, Votann's ChatGPT personified into dwarves in space.
Even has the ability to make STCs. For those of you that don't know, they're basically 3D printers that you'd ship out with people when you wanted them to take over a planet, and it could make anything they would need out of the materials available. One has been found before, and all it did was make slightly better knives. Those people who found it got entire planets to rule over. They are taken very seriously. It is some of the most advanced tech in the Imperium, and they want it bad, and the Leagues of Votann have a thing that can make those things.
I'd imagine they are beefing so hard with the Mechanicus.
No.
I also like the little flower symbol. What does it mean? It's gotta mean something, right? Yeah, I wonder what that design is. I feel like I should know.
It's actually very funny. They are fantastic thespians around the Mechanicus, because what they will do is they will... So they board the ships, right, for trade and all that. And when they board the ship, it's like slightly off keel. It can never get balanced properly. There's a bunch of dwarves just performing percussive maintenance on random things. There's the captain of the ship is literally rubbing like 3 stones together, going hamana 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 hamana, bam, and that's how they figure out where to go. And the mechanic looks around and goes, "Oh, so they're stupid.
There's nothing intelligent.
They're
here.
just stupid, and they can mine through sheer muscle. Okay, just give us the resources. Let's go." And then the second the Mechanicus leaves, ship corrects itself. All the holograms pop back up. They immediately start fixing all the things they dented, and they fly away.
Oh my god.
So much fun.
That's hilarious.
Because
Wait, I do love that. Like, they're so smart that they're tricking. That's so funny. They hadn't given Warhammer Dwarves enough justice, so instead of trying to improve their lore, they just retconned them out of existence until the League of Votann came along. I mean, that's fair, I suppose. Who are you watching? This is Isyander and Koda. We watched a video about, I can't remember now what video it was, but I quite liked their banter and their sense of humor, so I wanted to give them another watch. Yeah. The flower is a symbol for one of the leagues. They have different sub-factions. Oh, so the flower indicates that Kin is a member of the Greater Thurian League. So the League of Votann is just one of a few different leagues that kind of came out, it sounds like.
if the Mechanicus knew, it's a war.
It's a huge war. It's an all-out war.
Almost no debate. There's nobody in the Imperium who could stop them. If the Mechanicus finds out those are there, they are immediately turning their full focus.
Their entire, yeah.
And the Imperium kind of needs the Mechanicus, so they'll go, help them with the war so they get back to gun making.
That would mean the leagues of Votann are probably going to just go bye-bye, because they are probably more technologically advanced than anything the Imperium has, but
Space Marines are a lot.
they're a lot.
Space Marines are a
And there
lot.
are also so many of them.
Yeah. Actually, my favorite thing is they have tiny baby bolters they use. They'd still hit as hard as Space Marine ones. Votann are very good at assembling things and giving you the blueprints you need to make anything, including a bolter but smaller.
That's funny.
A bolter but child-sized. Yeah. They're so much fun. And
Every toddler must be armed with a bolter.
yeah. And that's how they keep it secretive, and that's how they're survived so far. I also critically said that there's multiple.
Yeah,
So they have
multiple.
things. There's plenty of Votann floating around.
I heard the S at the end of there.
Exactly. And so you can see why the leagues will do anything to protect them from the outside world while also keeping them completely secret. Nobody would know they exist except for them. And that's pretty much it. They don't tell anyone that these are a thing. Another reason they really don't like to share any information on those AI cores is because of the Emperor. Kinda. So he's currently stuck in a chair after being hit by sweet chin music. Like, come on. Fat Geralt appeared and hit him really hard.
Right.
That's what happened to
Oh
the
my
Emperor.
god.
And
Multiple different leagues that make up the leagues of Votann. Oh, okay. So they're all space dwarves. They're all the leagues of Votann. But there's different leagues that make up the leagues of Votann. Right?
he can't do anything except for pass the time acting as a massive psychic lighthouse that can be used to navigate from any part of the galaxy. He's that bright and that powerful, even in death, kind of.
That weird in-betweeny period.
Exactly.
Right.
However, he's not the only such beacon. Because apparently those AI cores put out a similar effect passively.
Oh.
They too are that powerful.
Huh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's not as bright. It can't be seen from everywhere. But if you know what you're looking for.
And also, key thing, there are multiple of them.
Mm-hmm.
There is only one emperor.
Interesting.
Yeah, and this actually ties into how they brought the leagues back and made them canon, because they made it so it wasn't all the space dwarves that bumped into the Tyranids, but one league in their Votann. And they, like I said, they will do anything to protect them. And as far as they were concerned, this new force bearing down on them wanted to get that core behind them. So they laid down everything, all their lives, trying to defend this thing, which is critically why they didn't run away. You know, because it's like, you've lost 90% of your forces. At what point do you consider to run? They would never. So they go basically Edge of Tomorrow style, live, die, repeat, over and over, completely outnumbered. And they figured out fairly quickly that the Tyranids thrive off of eating bodies from the field. So what they did is they started feeding their fallen into their Votann, so that the memories of the dead could be used to try and find a new way around this. Like, we need to find something, right?
They fought fire with fire.
Yeah, so they just started stuffing all their fallen into the core, breaking their bodies down and having all those memories just stuffed in, hoping they can find a weakness in this unending tide that just came up one day and is not leaving. It's stripping the very minerals from the soil itself. It's the end of days as far as they were concerned. And this would continue over and over and over. The Tyranids weren't getting any stronger because the bodies were being yanked out all the time. However,
right.
that's still dwarves just folding at a rate well above replacement.
That's a lot of bodies going down.
And so eventually, all of the League was gone, and all that was left was a core spattered red with every angle of a Tyranid invasion in its head.
Huh.
Yeah. And as fast as they came, they rendered the whole world dead, and they left.
They didn't take the core with them, did they?
The Tyranids want the meat in the fridge. They may rip the door off the hinges to get it, but they're not going to eat the whole fridge. This is just there.
Okay.
You know,
What am I supposed to do?
I can't eat a machine.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do that? So they could care less, and they left that core there to sit and think on a dead world alone, just watching angle after angle after angle of its League folding, trying to protect it. And this eventually drives it insane.
I was going to say, this machine grows a personality and has a Joker moment, doesn't it?
Yeah. It has felt an enemy that even it cannot beat. It is a cosmic thing that will end everything. It has ended everything it held dear, and it just becomes, you know, the way it was a beacon in the warp before, it now becomes this hazard for anything traveling near it. It's a corrupted variant of that beacon. It's literally called the Mad Core, and it's just howling into the ether.
Wow. Kind of cool.
Yeah. That thing's just there. It's so bad, every single League is told, avoid that area.
Yeah, that is the deadest zone.
It's
That's
basically
not just a dead zone, it's a deadest zone.
Yeah, it's like if the Bermuda Triangle had like a hurricane around it at all times. Just avoid it, don't go near it. We're done. It's over. Just charge that whole section of sea. We're not going anywhere near it. And so that's just something that's there, and hopefully nobody finds it, because who knows what that'll do. Critically, it could be the most helpful thing against the Tyranids because it's seeing every angle. It's only been watching that forever now.
It may have come up with a counter strategy at some point.
If you can get through the insanity. But yeah, those cores are nothing to joke about, and I love how they still canonized it. They still made them bump into the Tyranids, but instead of everyone, it was just one.
It was just that legion.
Very, very unfortunate group. However, I know what you're probably thinking. That explains how they didn't die out, but where have they been? Because, again, a major faction coming out of nowhere and nobody noticed them at all. And that is because they have been right under our noses the entire time.
They've been under mountains. They're dwarves.
Kind of. In their past, and it's really, I'm talking before the Emperor passed.
Oh, okay.
They were sent, they're old. They were sent to go to the Galactic core itself on a mission that has the same odds of success as Sisyphus pushing the boulder all the way to the top, only to find Einstein waiting to tell him, "I'm your father. I've missed you this whole time." And then everyone claps. It is an impossible area.
Okay.
There is nothing you can do in there that is safe. I mean, in our world, the center of galaxies usually has a massive black hole in the middle of it.
Surrounded by pockets of more black holes.
That actually sound very terrifying, apparently. At least per NASA. Black holes sound like what you'd think. Which,
right.
But because it's 40K, it's got to get worse. It's got to get much, much worse. So instead of one or a few black holes. It's multiple supermassive ones just careening around all the time.
As they
Right.
do.
As if that's not bad enough, it's there's extreme radiation everywhere. Massive gravitational waves that just rack everything in space. Moving singularities, which is the center of a black hole that nothing can escape, just roving around faster than you can do anything about. Sentient nebulae just running around, which I can't fathom how a cloud that makes stars would be sentient, but also
Yeah,
it's a
I don't
cloud
want
that can
to.
make stars, so I don't want it to be sentient.
I have a bunch of what's his name from League of Legends running around? Aurelian Sol.
Yeah, it's terrifying, and that's just the stuff we know that you can observe from far away because nothing that goes in comes out.
Yikes.
And so that is where the dwarves are sent because everything in there is untouched. And because of its extreme environment, that just because, to make a diamond, you need just an obscene amount of pressure. A lot of valuable materials require very, very difficult situations to replicate on a planet that is compatible with life, let's say. So there's just treasure troves floating around in the most dangerous place possible. So they were sent there, hopefully, to figure that out. It wasn't like these ships were stupid fast or anything. They were pretty slow, actually. It's the generational kind of ship where you're born, you die, you're born, you die, until you get to where you need to get to.
Yeah.
And over time, they slowly prepared themselves and adapted to the situation at hand. With the help of those AI cores I mentioned earlier, they got shorter and, for lack of a better term, denser. Bones, muscle, bones made of iron, steel in their bones. It's very, very, like, they got compacted down, basically.
This is the stupidest
Way to justify
and
dwarves.
the coolest way to justify
I kinda
having
love
dwarves
it.
in your setting.
This is why I love 40k. It's so over the top. It jumps the shark, does a backflip while holding 2 flamethrowers, and you can't help but think it's cool. Did it still jump the shark? Yeah, but it's so cool.
But look, it wasn't
I
that
kind
just
of like
cool?
it.
Right?
It's kind of dumb in a good way.
Their red blood cells and white blood cells shot through the roof, and their skin became so tough in some of the models it looks like stone. Just to plausibly survive it. And all of this was done.
I love and I hate this all at the same
Yeah,
time.
okay.
yeah.
You may be wondering, how the hell do you make changes like this happen everywhere all at once? And that's because they do not shag.
No.
They're all clones.
Oh,
There's no funny business.
okay.
So for all you artists, put the pens down. That's not canon. Good. It's true. It's not.
Put your drawing tablet away, Steve.
Yeah, doesn't count. So yeah, they're all clones, and the way they avoid the whole Habsburg situation or the becoming as inbred as pugs are is it's not just cloning the same dude 100 times, but there's this massive store of their genetic data that this core can basically mix and match, make a person, mix and match, make a person, mix and match, make a person. And so they're still different. And because they don't shag, so it's once they die, that's it. You just put it back where it came from, mix a match, make a new person. And so it just kept playing that game until it figured out, well, we can fit more people on a ship if they're short and stout. And that's how we got Space Dwarves. I am not kidding. And that is also how they're varied enough to avoid the Crimson Chin. Because they're all clones, too, they almost don't exist to Chaos. They can't perceive them. They can, but you got to be looking really close.
Well, how do you mean?
Well, it's like the Tau. It's a very suppressed presence in the warp, almost none. So, I mean, a clone, for God's sake. Just think in Star Wars, did you ever see a clone use the Force? Like, come on.
No, because they don't clone them with enough midi-chlorian sensitivity.
Oh, God, here we go. No, we're leaving. I thought that'd be a quick in and out. It's not. We're leaving. With the help of their cores and the purpose, they were literally built for the job. They're built for tough.
Right. They're built for tough.
They were able to strip mine the galactic core with a success rate that nobody has been able to replicate.
They
Wow.
what?
Yup. They have
Wow.
massive excavators that can disassemble stars.
That's
they can refine
wild.
elements that can't exist outside of this terrible environment that they're in. And over time, they began trading with each other because it's the leagues of Votann. There's multiple Votann running around. So, they started like, hey, you got the star disassembler, I got the planet gibber. Let's trade. We're rich.
Wow.
We're rich.
Yeah.
We're rich.
They're doing the whole dwarf routine. It's such a fun way to justify stupid dwarfisms. I love it.
So instead of the heart of the mountain, you've got the core of the star.
If you were to do dwarves
Wow.
in space, it would be the core of a star. I love it. Somebody at G-Dub clearly loves them.
They can dredge black holes is crazy. They have some psychers, but they need cybernetic augments to use it in any meaningful way. They have some engineered kin who are designed to help navigate the warp for space travel, so they're just not noticeable by chaos. Yeah, that's crazy. They're like undetected little shadows.
And I'm here for it. As they were developing, they also started building settlements, holds, as they were, because dwarves need their fortress. Come on,
Okay,
it's in the label. And
Dwarf fortress. Like the video.
They mine and shatter planets. They sometimes hunt giant Tyranid bioships and harvest them. The kin do be pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, I like it because it's, I don't know, it's still very different. Love your streams. Isyander and Koda are awesome. Yeah, we watched a video. I can't remember the first video I watched by them. Was it Saint Celestine? When they talked about Saint Celestine, I think. And I was like, wow, I feel like these guys should be like more talked about because I really like their banter. They're really, really awesome. So I'm trying to watch some more of their videos. If you have any that you think are really good, you should definitely recommend. But thank you so much. That's so nice of you. It was Saint Celestine, right? Yeah, okay. Honcho and Greysteel both agree. It was Saint Celestine. Sometimes my memory betrays me, so I forget. Space sharks? Okay. We will maybe take a look at space sharks. But yeah, I think their videos are really funny. I hope they get some more viewers and followers because I like their banter. I think I really enjoy podcasts that have two people. So far my favorites have been these guys and Nadric because I like the duality, I think.
yes, I know, that was the point. Okay, whatever. You're subtle as a stop sign sometimes. Each hold looks vastly different, and so you have some that are these underground labyrinths that span right beneath the surface of an entire planet, just all over the place. Some are these massive asteroids with like those domes in every sci-fi that basically make a livable space on an unlivable space.
Yeah, like population domes.
Yeah, like
exactly.
a
Surviving Mars
biodome.
was full of them.
Exactly. Asteroids full of those that are like chained together into this network. It's so cool.
That's cool.
It's so cool. My personal... another one is like if the ISS could drop rods of God, basically. It's... Others, and my personal favorite, are these space-based factories that it just looks like a normal fortress floating in space, the usual stuff, right? So the way they defend themselves is they are right on the edge of the event horizon for a black hole.
Oh shit.
And I'm talking this close before they cross it. And they've just mathed it out. They figured out the exact amount of pull it exerts, the exact amount of push they need to leave, because they're good at their jobs. And so they are perfectly there. And anyone who wants to screw them has to think, is it worth it for me to try and figure this out where I'll possibly fall in and die? Or do I just leave
go
it?
into the event horizon? Or how much time do I have to waste because special relativity?
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Not worth it. So
Imagine
Dude, they're so smart. What the heck? That's crazy. I don't know, maybe because I don't know why, but there's something about dwarves that I thought wasn't smart. I guess I'm just mixing them up with orc. Like, in my general, like, fantasy tropes in my brain, I don't associate with dwarves being, like, crazy smart. But I suppose they probably are, huh? I kind of like it. I should check out Numbskulls. If someone links it in Discord, I will inevitably forget recommendations in chat. I love them. I will inevitably forget or like remember 3 months later when I like see a recommended video and the name triggers a memory. But yeah, I'm always down to check out new like people and podcasts and stuff. You know, we all know and love like Ricky and like Wes Hammer and stuff, but I'm a small creator too, so if I can watch other smaller creators and give them another platform, like I like to do that too. Not that these guys are small by any means. They almost have 200,000 subscribers, but like compared to Ricky, I guess. Matthew from the Plague War video is your favorite. All I know is dwarfs, they're stubborn and prideful. The stubborn for sure, for sure. Dwarves are closer to smart engineers and blue collar workers. Hardworking and smart. That makes sense. And stubborn. Okay. I think I was just like crossing tropes a little bit, you know?
The amount of science they have going on in that, because they have years and years and years shrunk down into...
I love them. Now do you see why I love that one a lot?
I like that one a lot.
Right? The holds can be anything you can imagine, though. That's the thing I enjoy the most about them, is whatever you can envisage surviving in this horrific environment that they inhabit probably exists in some form. But it's not just the dwarves raising their picks and their voices together, because there are robots there too.
Yeah.
I'm not talking like, oh, you know, like, because, you know, 40k, they've got like mech suits and stuff, right? No, I'm talking autonomous robots that can think and plan and strategize and work.
And the Imperium would hate those, wouldn't they?
Oh, dude, the Imperium had these things called Men of Iron. Things did not go well for them because they did not treat the Men of Iron right. So they definitely...
They had the robot uprising.
Yeah, exactly.
They did their own mini...
This is real? This is a real thing that happened? The Men of Iron? You guys have mentioned it, and I thought it was just what these guys were called. I was not aware. Oh, shit. Now I want to look into the Men of Iron.
Detroit Become Human.
Yeah.
The Butlerian Jihad.
Yeah, the Leagues, the way they've avoided that is they're straight up equal.
Huh.
Think about it. I mean, we're clones. They're robots. We all come from an assembly line. 50-50.
What does it matter?
It doesn't matter. I will be disassembled, turned into goo, and put back into that vat. You'll be disassembled and turned into a new robot. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Does not matter. It's, I mean, pure equal under the, like, it's not just, oh, that is another person, right? It is, oh, God, that guy got stuck there, and now they pull a full-blown, like, escapade to save him from a cave-in. And it's a robot that they're doing that for. And vice versa, too.
You made me like them a lot.
Right? Like,
they
will go down into the deep with zero fear of what they'll find beneath.
Because, like, Phil is down there, and who cares if Phil is a robot? We like Phil.
Yeah, we like Phil. Phil's great. What? He's the only one who can fill the tankard just right. We gotta save Phil. Like, come on. And so
think of his extensive baseball card collection. Who will that go to? We don't have family line, so it's not like he's gonna give it to his kids.
Yeah, I love them so much. But it goes even further than
they made likable like league, likable faction, likable character. I fear they've made them too likable. They've made them too good. Men of Iron are a big mystery when it comes to 40k lore. There's not a lot about them beyond distorted fairy tales. Oh, really? Huh. Dark Age of Technology. The Men of Stone were sent out to conquer space, and then they made the Men of Iron. Details beyond that are a little bit fuzzy, but the Men of Iron and humans did not get along. Interesting. Misconception about the League is that the kin are super intelligent beings, but in reality, they know pretty much nothing. They completely depend on the Votann, except for fighting. I guess I'm confused. What do you mean by kin versus Votann? Like, are kin not the people of the Votann? The League of the Votann are the actual, like, dwarf guys, right? I feel like I'm missing something here. I'm misinterpreting words somehow. Kin are the dwarf. Oh, so the kin are the dwarves. The Votann are the fancy AI cores that are like almost like Biggie, like Beacon, like those things. The Votann is like, okay, gotcha. Yep, I was misconstruing. I thought Votann included like everything. Okay, got it. They made them OP when released on tabletop in the 9th, so people are traumatized.
that because it's not just a superficial, like, oh yeah, we're coworkers, brother. Like, they are full blown, like, unionized. They have these guilds that are industry specific, and so the way they work is those guilds will represent their industry, right? And like in their version of like the Senate, but like shorter. It's really it. Just imagine the Senate, but boop. That's all. And the reason I love the guilds so much is because it gives this. It's a vibe I don't see often enough, which is futuristic blue collar. And
that's
I
true.
Really, really like that because the people in charge of the guilds, like they have work and quality quotas. They have, we need to do this much at this time. They will like bargain for specific. They're doing a job.
No, it's cool to see that they're. You really can't translate the Deep Rock Galactic to this because they're unionized. Deep Rock is not.
No, they're
very not.
Yeah, and I like it because it's such a stark difference because a lot of the future is usually like white collar work. It's an administrator or a manager, which I still love. I'm a huge Gilman fan. I'm all for that, but I need more of this, like the future variant of the working man kind of a situation. It basically, if you took Ford's aesthetic, and I say aesthetic specifically because we've all seen the pavement princesses running around. I know that bed hasn't seen any sheetrock, and I know those tires haven't seen any mud. I
know those dualies don't do any hauling. They're spotless.
I respect the people who buy them and use them, and I also just respect the people who admit it. Hey, I wanted it. It's cool, and I was okay, cool. I'd be in the same boat. Do I need one? No. Do I want one? Yeah.
But
they're
admit
cool.
that you don't need it.
I don't need one at all. They're so cool, though. I'm with you. And so that specific aesthetic that they have, and you just slap it all over the future. I mean, it's just a hard-working man running the show. It's so great. Dude, they will cooperate and organize across various various leagues to accomplish things, and while they don't all get along. Promise you that right now, they do not all get along. They will at least put the guns down, and then a bar fight will break out.
I mean, I do agree that like this futuristic blue collar worker is fun. Like the aesthetics of them are fun. I do like that. Oh my god, they have space. They have space OSHA. They've unionized.
And then winner buys the loser. I mean, losers buy the winner's drink. It's how they solve problems.
That's so funny.
Rivalry.
Yeah, exactly. Well, unless this has to do with their core, their Votann. Oh, then it's all. I will strangle you.
It's a no holds barred.
Yeah, you don't matter anymore. If they have to choose between another league and their core, mine specifically, no, they're gone. I'm sorry. They can figure it out. They should have been more prepared. I'm sorry.
My core helped me get prepared. Did yours? Yeah. That sounds like a you problem.
They also have a very.
Oh, okay. So all the league in the League of Votann are all based on the different cores that they're with. That makes sense. And they would be, fiercely loyal to their core, because why wouldn't they?
Very interesting disposition because of where they've been, because they don't have jail. They don't have prison. They don't have courts. If you, because first of all, they're clones, so they're usually on the same page. It's clones and robots.
Yeah,
There's
right.
not much disagreement to be had there.
True.
Okay, but if somebody does, because some people do things and they betray the core, and they call it like the ancestor core, AI core, Votann, whatever the hell you want to call it. If you commit a crime against it and you break that close-knit bond that has been the only thing that has let them survive in these terrible conditions, they will just exile you.
Oh, shit.
Not even disassembly?
No, because you don't understand. It's, first of all, they're exiling you to brave the horrors of deep space alone. So you won't. And B, they will go back to the Votann and tell them your true full name so that it knows that you have failed them. It will like mark your code specifically and forbid you from joining any other legion ever.
Whoa.
Or any other league ever.
Dude, that's intense.
Yeah. They don't want... You abandoned us. Something was wrong with your code. We don't want it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
They are... I mean, it's dwarves. They have a long memory. The Book of Grudges. Come on.
Huh.
Do you really think they have no quarter for that kind of stuff? They also have a bunch of it's not just the working man aesthetic that they have going on. They really do think and act like that. My favorite saying they have is luck has, need keeps, but toil earns.
Huh.
Toil.
Yeah.
Toil.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love it because it's just a good saying. Like, you could put that up on like a factory wall, and I'm
That's
sure
true.
there's one that has it. But B, it's slightly insidious because you can twist it and go, you only have that because you're lucky. I need it, so I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna earn it.
Huh.
And they have the work ethic to back that up. They have the work ethic to back that up. So, yeah, you don't play with them. They also have love to say, like, the ancestors are watching. Because they wouldn't be here without their ancestors. And in some way, they are the ancestors, just recombined a bit. So they do have that as a saying. They really value honoring your ancestor. They really value living to the most that you can. That way, when you're added back into the database, you've added a ton. You've added so much, and you are now the ancestor who's watching, you know?
That really...
That's kinda
That's a
cool.
really cool concept.
I like that concept a lot. It's so interesting that they're like mixed up clones of each other, and it like they still will have, I assume, personalities and stuff. And then they have almost I don't know, like a religion to their Votann and like this huge importance in ancestry. I don't know. They just get cooler and cooler as I keep listening. The worst thing for kin is to be alone like that, because normally the kin in death are uploaded in the Votann. So it's a digital afterlife. So being banished means they die alone and forgotten. Yeah, I kind of put the pieces together about that when they were explaining it. It makes sense.
To me, because it reminds me of Bethesda's Dark Elves, who have like I'm gonna say because it's not at all fleshed out from what I've seen. It's like a gesturing at the ancestors. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I have not yet finished. I've not yet finished Morrowind. I know I'm like 20 years too late for that. I will get around to it. But the Dark Elves kind of like, they're all about like, oh yes, for the ancestors, or like I have my ancestor spirit, right? This is like a really good like sci-fi translation of that, because it's just like, my ancestors' DNA is literally my DNA. No, I don't mean I'm descended from, like, it's in there.
Yeah.
You see
I
this
mean, yeah,
weird
it's
mole
cool.
on my hand?
He had that
I got it from the same place.
Yeah, no.
Same genetic code.
And I love it because you can also use it. You can use it as a battle cry. You know, like, fight good. The ancestors are watching. You can also use it as a warning, like, hey, buddy, the ancestors are watching. You know, it's got very. It all depends on line delivery for that one. I love it so much. They also hate wastage. Period.
I would imagine. That's in keeping with dwarves.
Well, yeah, but also think about it. They are in the Galactic core. Yeah, you threw that screw away, but now that panel's barely holding together, and we could have used that screw you saw 12 months ago. So why didn't you stash it? Like, they will hang on to pretty much anything and everything because they will find a use for it, and if they can't, they'll go up to their AI core and go, what can we do with this? And it'll just, sheet metal. And that's what they use it for. They
Resourceful. They don't like to waste. They're big environmentalists.
you may be noticing at this point though that this is very cool, but why the hell are they back now? Because I mean that's where they were.
Yeah, true.
They were just chilling in the Galactic core.
Why would they ever leave? They
Why
were
are they
getting
here?
the best checks imaginable. And B, all of that seems very sensible and not grimdark in 40k.
Like, that seems just functional,
Yeah. So
which is rare for this setting.
exactly. And you'd be correct on both counts because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Those
Tell me, what's the catch?
Yeah, what's the
cores
catch?
that they're formed around, the various leagues are formed around, it's a class of all-knowing machinery that is going senile.
Oh.
Because what used to take it seconds to answer is now taking weeks.
Oh shit.
Some have been recorded as taking centuries to answer questions.
The classic case of hard drive failure.
Yeah, because back in the day, like when they bumped into the Tyranids, it was a last-ditch survival effort to chuck bodies into that thing so it would have its memories and we could keep it pushing, right? However, now it's become almost a ritual and a spiritual thing, so they just keep chucking bodies into it over and over again. It means it's getting a lot of data, right? But a lot of it's filler.
Oh,
Because
they're hitting They're hitting rampancy.
Yeah, because let's say you and me are stuffed into the gibber, let's call it, and all of our memories are put into the machine. That is really, really useful stuff. Don't get me wrong. However, while it may have gotten all the knowledge I have and all the knowledge you have, and that's all the useful stuff, it got every conversation we've ever had together from both angles. And those can't be deleted. It has your childhood memories of you bumping around, all the breakfasts you've ever had, just staring out a window, all the long bus rides. It has all of that. And no, it's not all relevant.
They're hitting rampancy.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Their hard drives are full. Yeah, they're hitting their hard drive max. They need more RAM. They need more space. There's just too much. You had a tech priest fix my PC with the same issue. The thing that makes them so interesting is the thing that makes them so boring. Kin with personalities are like a no-no. Oh, okay, so they don't really have personalities? They're all kind of the same? Okay.
Exactly right. It's you've just opened new tab after new tab after new tab after new tab over and over and over again. And this is a machine that was designed to do a lot. It was designed to help them survive the galactic core, learn from that environment, and help them adapt to it. It's very good at that. It's been 10,000 plus years.
It's thinking itself to death.
Yeah, and it's never been turned off. And it knows a lot. There are limits to repairing something like that. You know the way, like, science advanced enough is indistinguishable from magic is the whole quote, right?
Yeah.
That is basically magic to them. You know, they can understand a lot. It can help them understand how to make... It's like if a real wizard appeared and he could teach you how to make a fighter jet. And that's so cool, but you're not going to learn how to cast Thunderbolt. That's not how that works. There are limits, and that's the biggest problem here. So glitches are coming out. And on top of that, some of them are even getting things like personalities. Like that mad one I mentioned earlier. Or some are giving answers, but they're like Sphinx-like situations. Or
it's a riddle that you have to solve.
Yeah, or just, you know, the worst case scenario. It takes a century to get, how do we make a toaster? Computing. And then 3 generations later, it tells you exactly what you need for a toaster. It's...
okay.
Well, thanks. I've been dead for 300 long years.
And it's only getting worse. And it's all
And my toast is still... In fact, my toast is moldy because it's been 300 years, dude.
Yeah. And it's nobody's fault but their own. Nobody made them do this. Nobody taught them how to do this. This is all them. They should have stopped, but they didn't. And now they're reaping the consequences. But that's not the only reason they're leaving. Because... For those of you that don't know, 40k is a galaxy, a lot like ours. It's really cool. It kind of looks like the Milky Way. It's split in half right now.
Oh, right, yeah.
And the way tearing something in half works is it goes right through the middle. So the galactic core is now even more dangerous. Whole leagues have just gone.
Oh.
Well, because I assume...
The line cut through them, that's it.
Same thing as what happens to that one Sisters of Battle Legion. It just cleaved right through them, and whatever was there in the middle...
And the storms in the core have gotten worse. Everything in the core has gotten worse. The black holes have gotten unstable.
So they're like, all right, we gotta leave.
It's gone from unsurvivable to inhospitable.
Well,
yeah.
Because you take the black holes, and then you add the literal chaos of
that
chaos.
Makes sense.
And
Everyone on 40k, everyone in 40k except for Chaos and the Tyranids is on the ropes. And so they've had to leave. They've had to interact with others, or they may not be around anymore.
No.
And so those interactions have been fairly interesting. The orcs, oh, do they hate the orcs? They're the first ones in the Book of Grudges.
Really?
Really?
Because they're very conservative, they're very stubborn, they don't like change, and they hate wastage, right? And the orcs will just fight.
The orcs are like
they're the most wasteful things.
That's true. That's
and on top of that, because the
sense.
orcs are like they're jokes. They're very funny, but they're effective jokes, right? So they've taken out a league and its Votann before.
Oh shit.
Which they then proceeded to counter that by spending the next couple hundred years slaughtering every orc from that clan until there was none left. As an answer for that insult.
Oh my god, are dwarves not vengeful? That is crazy. They're like, oh, You killed our Votann, or is that what they said they did? Yeah, we're gonna hunt down every single one of your clan until you don't even exist anymore. Woo! Don't want to get on their bad side.
Oh,
Yeah.
Book of Grudges, indeed.
they did not take that sitting down.
No, they did not. That is one of the few AI cores. No, you don't get that. Even if it may not have been mine personally, I'm getting involved now.
Yeah.
So that's a biggie.
So you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
crazy.
also not fans of chaos because it makes no sense at all, and it's ripped their home in half. So
Right.
for obvious
Well,
reasons.
something walked up to my house and somehow ripped it in half. I wouldn't be concerned about how it ripped it in half. I would say, why'd you rip my goddamn home in half?
Yeah.
And instead of it's just raw ripped in half, there's just a little bit of hell there. Just a little smooth bit of hell paved in. You're like, why?
You brought the demons in too.
You're like, I didn't sign up
they
for
hate
this.
the
I didn't ask for this to come into my home. Fuck you.
Necrons.
Wait, orcs waste everything? I didn't know that they were like wasteful like that. I guess maybe like their carelessness makes them wasteful. That kind of makes sense to me.
Because they keep stepping on the landmine that is sleeping Necrons.
Ah.
Because I'll be honest, these guys, they like to diggy holes. That's what they're good at. It's what they're best at. And so when they arrive at a planet, it's very loud, it's very sudden, and it'll wake up anything sleeping there.
And the Necrons live in holes in the ground.
And the Necrons hate being woken up early. So they usually will step on a planet and then immediately suffer for it. So they're not fans of that. They actually hard fear the Tyranids. And not the usual, it's the Tyranids, quake in your boots. It's almost like a prey reacting to a predator. It's on a different tier.
I mean, that makes sense though, no? Because the Tyranids are like why they're in the position they're in to begin with. So it's like probably some like primal fear that's been passed down from like the original escapees or whatever, you know?
And they understand that because the leagues, there's a lot. There's a lot of them. Cause they're all clones. And you're also going to count the robots because they're a voting member and they're
robots,
family.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So if you put all those together, I remember reading they have more combined than the Eldar and the Tau.
Wow.
Like there's a lot of tiny dudes running around.
Huh.
There's a lot of them running around. Still critically less than humans because humans are borderline the rats. They're the Skaven of 40k. There's so many of them. There's so many of them.
And we
Nothing's even close.
procreate real well.
There's quite a few of them. There's quite a few of these guys. However, they fear the Tyranids. Because the Tyranids are... Because
they're bad.
it's not even like, okay, those guys want to hunt me for my technology. Those guys want to hunt me for my technology. That one just wants to hunt. I'm food.
I'm food. Why am I food? I don't want to be
see.
food.
So yeah, it makes sense why. I mean, to most things, the Tyranids are their natural predator, honestly.
Right,
Even
yeah.
Space Marines. See any new trailer. It's just how it is. They're kind of the guy of this setting. Or this moment right now. The Imperium will work with these guys. But that's usually because they pretend to be like, oh yeah, they're the dumb guys who come back with come on, they got all the supplies we need, right? And that's how they operate usually. They are seen as Xenos. They have diverged so far from the human genome that they're seen as something alien. So the Inquisitors don't like them. Inquisitors are not fans of them, but Inquisitors aren't fans of anything.
From what I've heard, the Inquisitors are on thin ice with the abhumans. So
thin ice, and they're not even abhumans. They're outright aliens.
Yeah,
they're in the same category as the Eldar and stuff. They're that distinct. So yeah,
it's just funny because the Eldar just look like twinkier humans, and the dwarves just look like stockier humans.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much, but no, they're alien. Kill them. They are so with the Mechanicus because they do fuel. They do fuel the Mechanicus by giving them minerals and stuff they use to make machinery. However, they must always play incredibly stupid around them, which is kind of a big pet peeve. And it's also... They have to act stupid around these people who they feel are dumber, in a sense. Because we may not...
Have you guys ever done that? Have you ever dumbed yourself down around certain people to make them like feel better or to like fit in? I just find this concept in this setting, so fucking funny.
I don't know how to repair it, but we have a person we can talk to who will teach us how to repair it. And
Every day with my boss. Amen, Honcho. Amen. When it comes to work, I'm just a kin from a league of Votann. I don't know anything, boss. I don't know. I wouldn't know. Meanwhile, me, I know everything. You dumb fucking idiot. I was gonna say something else, but I didn't want to be that mean.
and you just rubbed incense on the microwave and glued the air fryer to your junk. We are not the same.
See, as somebody who's worked a service job before, I can relate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shouldn't make sense, but it makes sense to anybody who's worked a service job.
I'm sure they'll agree. Promise right now. They will agree.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last, or the town, the Eldar, they're fine. The Eldars, they're all hoity and toity. They think they're the hottest thing in the galaxy.
Right.
And that's because they were for 5 minutes there. So they treat them the same way. And the town want to work with everyone if they can. So
the tower just chill.
Yeah, there's actually a small subset of them that was kind of floating around in canon, not canon, within the Tau Empire.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so it's like kind of...
As equals or as like associates? Because I know the Tau can get weird about the people that they bring into the Empire.
I do want to learn about the Tau. I don't really know anything about them.
We're not jibbing you on the spot.
Okay.
Is my answer. Okay? And that's kind of what we know for now. They haven't had a lot of time to interact. In fact, a lot of people are chafed about them because, a lot of people feel like it's the Tau again, where they're coming in and they're not that grimdark, and they're also doing the thing the Tau did, which is being unconscionably strong on the table. No, like ridiculously strong.
I've heard people. I wasn't obviously in the tabletop community around the time that the Tau were
the Tau
brought up, but I've heard the Tau were just like a menace to be against.
These
Really?
guys were a menace, and then GW overcorrected, and now they're at the bottom. And now they're like, okay, I think is I don't keep close tabs on that, but I believe that's where it is as of recording. Also, like I said, they're very new. They're only a year old. They came out last year. A whole new edition came out in that time, and they have not gotten many updates. There's a book, allegedly, somewhere, maybe, possibly.
Isn't there a book
rumors?
coming out soon?
It's a rumor mill.
Ish, maybe?
Maybe.
Oh.
So
Okay.
we're obviously going to learn more about them as we go, but that's kind of what we know for now. They're everything. That's the stuff that will not change. That's you have the basic premise. It's the working man of the future. It's so great. I love them so much. They value they listen to grind edits. I know they do. I know they listen to, like, those channels that pop up like it's like money motivation. I know they're listening to that as they're digging the hole.
They're
So
listening
funny.
to Nanami motivation to sleep/study too.
Pretty much.
Money.
Yeah.
All I care about is money.
Yeah.
Be fine as long as I have enough money.
Yeah. What do you think of the Space Dwarves?
They are space dwarves. I didn't used to love dwarves as much as like I do now, but like
Rock and Stone, obviously.
Again, I may not have as much experience playing the game of Deep Rock, but I love the aesthetic of Deep Rock, and that has just let's go dig a hole and find as much stuff and money as we can. It just makes me very happy. And they're just some silly little guys digging a hole.
They fulfill it in a fun and unique way that only 40k could.
I do agree. I like that it does feel distinctly unique. I don't know if I can like put it into words as well as they have without just like, copying everything that they've said exactly. But yeah, they did dwarves in a way that's specifically for 40k. They did them in a way that, I don't know, there's definitely some unique characteristics, interesting traits to these dwarves. Yeah, I like it a lot.
Learning about them
Also,
made me want to build a very short army.
the weird AI core thing, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I want the wrong person to find the mad one. I want
Me too. I want someone to find the mad one.
The worst person to find that. That sounds like it'd be a good
How
time.
well do you think Angron and that thing would get along?
It's depressed more than anything else. It's not furiously screaming. It's a different thing. Angron's angry all the time. This is driven insane.
It's in the corner and it's whole just screaming, "All my friends are dead. Push me to the edge."
Yeah. You weren't wrong when you said it was basically having like a Joker moment. One bad day is
One really bad day. Just in the corner listening to Lucid Dreams on repeat.
Yeah. And that brings an end to this episode. Again, your choices are the Abhumans and the Rogue Traders. That's one of them will make it, one of them won't. This is a Hell in a Cell grudge match.
Not to put my thumb on the scale, but I would love to see more about the Abhumans. I'd love to learn more about the Abhumans.
Just because you said that, I think the Rogue Traders are going to win.
That's real unfortunate. And they are going to get a video game soon, so I'm sure the hype is...
Well, I don't know. We'll see. Either way, thank you as always for watching. Thank you for that cool thing that's now right behind us. It's all right, we updated the set a little bit for those of you who watching the video. If you're listening, it's a plaque, baby. It's a cool one with our names on it. And they're in the right order. Right and left and everything too. It's great. I love
my
it.
God, that does work out perfectly.
I got specific about it to make sure it would.
One of these days we're going to switcheroo just to make people anxious.
Oh yeah, I've heard it does every time we do, and I love it to no end. But that does.
I'm still proud of the one bit that we did when we were like doing information on the Alpha Legion.
I'm so excited.
I saw people praising us for committing to the bit for switching shirts for that. I'm like,
God, yeah.
It's such a good bit.
I cannot wait for the Alpha Legion episode. It will be
confusing.
I promise you right now, it'll be the most useless episode I ever put out. I'm telling you right now, when I do an Alpha Legion episode,
I'm so
the
curious.
goal is you walk in thinking you know about them and you leave knowing nothing. I want you to wonder whether it was the Berenstein or the Berenstain Bears levels of confusion.
This will be
Did Mandela die in prison?
The Mandela
levels.
effect.
Yeah.
The video.
Oh God, yeah. One can only hope. But that brings an end to this one, and we will see. It's actually not a very short video. I was going to say short, but it's not. And thank you for that, and thank you, as always, for being you.
That was a good one. I'm glad I got to learn about something a bit more recent, I guess. Like a recent development, recent release.